It's a distress call from a ship called the Nova 5. They crash-landed. I'm trying to establish contact.
Another ship? Brilliant! So it's not aliens then?
No, they're from Earth. Hope they got some spare odds and sods on board. We're a bit short on a few supplies.
Like what?
Cow's milk. Ran out of that yonks ago. Fresh and dehydrated.
What kind of milk are we using now?
Emergency backup supply. We're on the dog's milk.
Dog's milk?
Nothing wrong with dog's milk. Full of goodness, full of vitamins, full of marrowbone jelly. Lasts longer than any other type of milk, dog's milk.
Why?
No bugger will drink it. Plus, of course, the advantage of dog's milk is that when it goes off, it tastes exactly the same as when it's fresh.
Why didn't you tell me, Ollie?
What, and spoil your tea?
And welcome to Pickups. Let's see if this is working right. I don't think I hear my headset, but okay. There we go. Okay, well, maybe 2 days this week we'll have the show and try to do more here. What we want to start off with is I've got an appeal case right now, and I bought some new headphones, and I don't think I like them that much. Or here they go. That might be better. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. I've got to go turn that sound off in there. That's probably going to be echoing through there. Let me turn that on. I think I can actually hear that sound coming through my microphone. It's from another room. And okay, let's try this. Anyway, we'll find out how this is going to end here pretty soon. But I've got a appeal because oh, now that's supposed to pop up. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. Let's put that up for a second. Anyway, our election in District 5. There's some questions in the numbers. They are really questionable. So there's something wrong. And the best route to address it was to take it to court and see if we couldn't do a redo of the election in District 5. If we went by the petition, that's invalid. That's no good. It doesn't. You need 5 times as many people on that petition than there was that voted in the election. So that's a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time. And that needs to be changed on the charter. It needs to be updated to where if we do a recall, it should be by the amount of votes that you got elected by plus 1. And if you get that many on the signature plus 1, then I believe it should go back on the ballot for a redo. And that would keep them in line. But they're protected with this crazy setting they have on our charter. And so the courts is the only logical way to try to do a redo. And my understanding with the attorneys is that I'm suing the wrong person this time. I'm suing the, I'm going to take this headset off. I don't need it on. But anyway, I had a lengthy talk with the, you know what, it's better with it's on though. So I'll get comfortable here in a minute. Okay, we'll try to buy another headset. Now I know why you pay good money for a good one. So this was a cheap one. I'm going to buy a better one. The last time I sued the city, I did it wrong. I sued individuals. You can't do that. You sue the whole city. And that's something that needs to be changed in our system. It needs to be changed there too, to where we can sue the individual members in the city. And that they're not protected under the umbrella like they are right now. Because when you got to sue the whole city for one doing wrong, the person doing wrong never feels the repercussions of that. We do. It's our money. It's like hurting ourselves. It's like suing ourselves against ourselves, kind of. So we take money from the city, and that. So the people that are in question or being sued, or why you're suing the city, because they need to be liable somehow, some way, if they have to be, removed from their job if the case is lost or something. But this, them getting by, they don't have to worry. And when people come down at the council or the public comment meeting, or they make comments that I will sue the city, I will sue you. It don't matter to them. That's just a joke. They don't care because it doesn't affect them. Has no force behind it, so it doesn't matter to them. Sue all you want, but if we put something in place to where if we sue the city and it has effect on the person for the reason why we're suing them, now we're back into the ballpark. The game's the way it should be. So these things got taken away. I'm sure they were there in the beginning and probably taken away because we let crooked people get in over the decades and change things to fit themselves. And generation after generation has accepted it and just lied down, turn over, no resistance. So, but anyway, the lawyers are saying that I got the wrong name, the wrong party, not the city, and that. And I think I do have the right party this time, because I think the lawyers keep trying to say that I'm trying to fraud or voter fraud or something like that, that I'm trying to, and there, if it was at the commissioner's level and the Tarrant County voting, then yeah, I'd go against the employees there, if there's someone there, if I had something to show there or machines. I'm not going for that. So no, I'm not suing Tarrant County for that. That's not what I'm going for. What I'm going for is a redo of the election to annul the first one and do another one. And that would be the city. Apparently, and I found this, Kingsville woman sued city, there's the word city, to enforce recall election for 3 commissioners. So here's a recall election and city. And that's where I'm at. And and also I made the point on my appeal that if we was to do the charter route, we'd still go through the city. Even with all the petitions, it would still be the city that would put it on the ballot. Everything leads back to the city when you put it on the ballot. So I think I'm in the right ballpark. And to get this re-put District 5 back on the ballot for another race, if it's not the city that does it, I hadn't got a clue, because I know it's not Tarrant County does it, so I wouldn't have a clue. So, and also I made my point that in my appeal, that my understanding the attorneys are not debating the issue with the irregular numbers, or the voting numbers being strangely, the numbers are not right, there's something wrong. They're not debating that. And that's the whole point of the thing. You're just fighting that I'm in the wrong ballpark, is what I understand. Talk to them and everything. So we'll see. It cost me, and that was very interesting too. That was an interesting little trip. Because when I first filed my case, I think running about $400 to take it to district court. And then to do the appeal, I went over to the area that says appeals, and I asked them how much does it cost to appeal, and they said $35. I thought something didn't sound right, but nevertheless, hey, I could go that, 35. But then a week later, I got another notice that I had to pay another $35 for some filing or something. Now, I don't know if that's because I did add on to my my appeal. That might trigger another $35 pay. I'm not sure for refiling. That's a possibility. But nevertheless, I paid another $35, something 70. And then I got another notice that I had so many days to pay $205 over at the criminal court. Now, that I didn't know was coming down. I found that out by mail when it came to me. I said, oh, okay. And I was wondering, I hope they don't send me another one, because I don't want to go any higher than that. But these things should be laid out, written out at the very beginning of the appeals. There should be a piece of paper telling you these procedures and what it costs up front if you go down this trail. It's not giving you legal advice. It's just giving you system advice, how we work. Whether you go left or right or what. It's not legal advice. It's just standard advised. So, and it should be there, but they don't tell you that. And I'm doing this as an educational thing too, so I don't mind. I'm riding along with it. However it comes out, and I'm learning. That was a bump in the road that I didn't. Honestly, I learned that they'll tell you $35 a bill before you get through. You're up to almost $300. So anyway, so these things can be out to make our courts more people friendly. And like I've said several times, that if we could get a real mayor and people to vote and back in control of our city, we could work out with having a people's court, 2 or 3 people's court around the city on different parts of the city and sectors that could address your issue before you go to court. And you could have a hearing, and you could have a free media, like a free mediation there to go through it. And it doesn't stop you or hurt you in any way. If you don't like the outcome, you're always free to still go to court. But with this mediation and other people, you might have a change of heart afterwards when you hear everything. And if a number of people, a jury there that we pick, there decides here's your case and thinks that you're going to lose, you can still win in the other courts. There's a possibility, I think, because we're not hiring, or we're not going by the book of law, that we're just going by ethics and right and wrong. So you can still win because ethics don't seem to have a point in our justice system, so-called justice system. But I think we could do something here, a lot of cases, especially before they go to small claims court, bigger court, and it would be very educational and help people to, if they did go the next step, they'd have some advice of what they're going to go through before they get there. Some stuff to help too. And it's to be totally neutral, but nothing but educational. That's it. In no way it has anything to do with self-beneficiary or anything like that. And we could do that. That's something to look into. I mean, we're giving millions of dollars away in CCP fund to ex-convicts. And it's being wasted. Money's just wasted. Millions. I mean, we could take this easily, turn it into something like this, these people court things, and that would be a benefit. You take the loads off the courts, you could take some of the loads off. Maybe you can cut down the courts and save the money that way because we keep hiring more judges. Instead of, so anyway, it's something to explore and to look at and go around. And then I don't know how many of y'all might have saw the United Nations, Trump, the United Nations. And matter of fact, I was just reading a book from 1942. I got a Life magazine. It popped up in there too. And that was great back in 42. The United Nations was something, but not now. And Trump let them have it. And they knew they were going to get it from him. And if you notice, what happened was the shenanigans they pulled. When he got to the escalator, it stopped. So he had to walk up. His teleprompter didn't work. All these are shenanigans, and they are the same kind of stuff that Mayor Price does right here at home. And they pull shenanigans on me and stuff. Anybody that addresses or exposes anybody, city council, or expose these people or question these people, well, the only thing they can do is attack you because they can't answer questions. They're crooked. That's all a crook can do is attack. But anyway, this is coming back up on the agenda in October. It should be the last council meeting. It says, and I put this out 4 years ago. I mean, I've been yelling ever since. I'm still yelling. And I've got some signs going to go up on Highway 30. We'll take some pictures and put them on here. You'll see what I got going up. I might be in jail. That was another thing. At the last council meeting, or it was a comment meeting, they so-called, a social meeting there at City Hall. When I got there, one of the officers, they pretty well know me. One of them at the behind the booth there called me over. Said she needed to speak to me. And I went over. And she told me I had 5 warrants for me. 5 warrants. And I thought, oh, geez, what kind of shenanigans are they doing now? Because I got nothing in the mail. There's no reason to be any warrants. And I can possibly, and I had to deal with all that thinking next morning before I could find out what the heck we're talking about. So, but I didn't let it bother me too much because I knew whatever it was, it couldn't be much. If it was something serious, they'd probably would arrest me right there on the spot. So, couldn't be much. But I just wondered what kind of trumped up things, because they lie, they're crooked. And they will lie and they will cheat to keep what they've got. Right or wrong has no meaning at city council. These people down there, they don't. Ethics, none of it doesn't mean anything to them. It's out the window. So, but anyway, next morning I got up and I was able to call the marshal's office. And what had happened was there's another Willoughby. And our birthdays are kind of close. The years are 10 years apart, and it sounded like the same. And but he's Willoughby, and he's got 5 warrants. And so anyway, and I thought that was, and he ran and checked through everything, couldn't find anything on me. And I said, okay, well, if I don't hear anything, then we're okay. It's just that's an error. That's it. It's just a different Willoughby. So, but nevertheless, I don't put it past these people. I mean, I was kicked off the ballot in 2017 for not meeting a requirement that was not on the requirement list. Does that make sense? That ought to tell you something wrong. That's during Betsy Price. Now that was really bad. But since then, that's nothing. The difference. It's almost like when Nixon and the Watergate tapes. That was major. Nowadays, that would be a joke. What they do now is unreal. And we need to get back to where this stuff is major. No matter how small, whatever, that was major. Everything should be major. That's wrong. But anyway, so our schedule here is coming up in October. It'll be on the, I think, the 10 o'clock one, unless they change it. They may move it up early. They're liable to. And it doesn't really matter if they do, if they don't. We've got to get people organized to come down and demand to get rid of this damn schedule. This communist schedule we're living under here. Whether you go to council or do anything, whatever, this is something that everybody should be united on this city, not to let that bubble-headed bleach blonde of a mayor take away our free speech like she has. It's really embarrassing. We're the only city in the metropolitan, and probably Texas, that don't have a comment meeting on their council. Now, see, there's 2 different things here. This first and third Tuesday, 6 p.m., City Council public comment meeting. That's not a council meeting, okay? And it's only 2 times a month, and it hadn't been 2 times a month. They walk on it all the time. They'll put special events over it. They pull the quorum on it. You don't get half of these. They don't respect you whatsoever. But it's not a council meeting, but you can leave that, okay? Just leave that. Now, here's the other, second Tuesdays. This is the council agenda meetings right here. And zoning, that's the cue right there. That is the prize, zoning cases. Now, they don't want you, I've known this for years, and I've been at this for years, and they know it, but no one else out there seems to understand how important this thing adds up, how it works. Before Matty Parker took away our right to speak, we had 4 council meetings a month, and we had a comment meeting on every one of them. And that's before Matty Parker. She hadn't been there just going on 4 years now. We've done this without it. When Matty first took office, first day she set up there, the first thing I said to her was move our comment meeting, our city council comment meeting, because it was on the bottom of the agenda. I said, move it to the top of the agenda. The people come first. The school board agenda, the people are on top. Forest Hill, the people are on top. White Settlement, they're on top. Kennedale, they're on top. And that's where we should be at. The people should be first. We should be on top of the agenda over everything, along with the public awards. You have high school kids coming down getting awards, or groups that do stuff. That's fine. It's public recognition or whatever you want. What I can't know what it's called or whatever. But that and the comment meeting should be hand in hand. But it's not. The comment meeting was on the bottom. And you know whose comment meeting was at the top? City Council. There's a still on there. They have a City Council public comment meeting at the City Council. They all tell you that it's like, I call it the celebrity hour, the City Council celebrity hour. They all get to show little clips of them and things and everything. Looks so good out there, and new schools or whatever, or the parks opening, or the street got fix and all this kind of crap. And you guys sit here and watch all that crap. Now they kept themselves on. That's how conceited they are. They're self-centered and conceited. These people are awful. I mean, you should hate them. You should dislike them, really, and be mad at them. I've asked them over and over, take your city council comment mood and move it to the bottom of the agenda. Move it to the bottom, just like our council, we were. The public comment was on the bottom, so move yours to the bottom, okay? And they need to reinstate ours at the top. They need to put it back on there. And if we say no to the schedule in October, it'll come back. But we got to make them say no. Because they're not going to say no. They like, this is all for them. It's not for us. And we had to get together and show them that we don't want them to do this. But you know, I told them, put yours at the bottom. It doesn't take they can do this at any time. It doesn't take a minute for them to do rearrange the schedule. They do it all the time. They did it at the last meeting to screw me up at the for the chief. If you watch that, they took everything out of order, changed it around, and just really and did it on purpose. On purpose. So they did it real easy. That they can move their council comment meeting to the bottom of the agenda. And I told them, if you move it to the bottom of the agenda, you'll see that when we get there, no one will be here to watch, and you can go home early. We didn't have to sit through it, and you didn't have to do it, and it's a win-win, and we get out here early. I mean, that's their thing. They want to get out. They don't want to be there, so put it on the bottom. What makes them better than us? But that's just their comment thing. Go on the bottom, and move the ours on top, over top the zoning, and the other things. Now, here's why they do not want the comment meeting on top. Zoning. Or do this. This first and third Tuesday of the month here. Add zoning to the comment meeting, okay? Put the zoning cases there, because we get backed up so late at night with so many zoning cases and stuff. There used to be 4 times a month zoning cases were scattered out through there. Now they're only like supposed to be 1 time. See, it says include it, but it's also on the morning one too. They put some over there, and that's not right. So put them on the comment meeting. That'll be fine. That'd make me happy, because here's what happened. But if they did put them on the comment meeting, they put the zoning cases first and put the comment last. So help me God, that's what they do. They have to. The puppet masters would make them, because these kids don't know what they're doing and they're stupid. But the puppet masters knows what's going on, instructing them what to do. And the reason why this is the key thing here, if you do your comment meeting over top of zoning, and you speak then, whatever issue you have about the city, and you have free speech, literally free speech too, that you're not, riding shotgun on. You can tell whatever problem is. The people that are tuning in for zoning case, you have people tuning in or coming down because of zoning cases. They're coming down for that. They've never been to a council meeting. They've never done their stuff. There's something happening in their area. So they're coming outside their bubble, and they're ready to fight because it's inside their bubble. They're putting a homeless thing over there or something, something like that, or a car wash up here. They all come. Well, what's good is if you get to speak your point in front of these people and they hear, once they know something, they can't unknow it. And if they see some things that ain't right, aren't right, they might get involved. And that's the key of the thing here, is get more people involved. City council knows this. They're not about to let our comment be over top of the zoning cases, because that's where you get people that you can talk in front of that you may grab support from on our side. And we need it. Keep us small. That's why they added the 2 extra council members. Make us smaller and then bigger. And it's just, if you see the whole picture, and you can see how crooked and how dirty it is, how they put this thing out to cover up them taking away the public comment meeting, making it look like they have people come down and say, oh, this is so great. We don't have to wait. And we got to talk first. And all that kind of, you should be talking first anyway. Those idiots, God, I wish I could say something when they're talking. And that's what we should be. We should be talking first anyway on the council meeting. And these city council meetings, the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of the month. Now, the difference between a council meeting and a comment meeting, the council meeting is where a place of business is conducted. It means it's a business is conducted at this meeting and this meeting. And we, the people, we own this city, and they work for us, and we should be there our public presentation, not just to talk on what they allow us to talk to, what they put on the agenda. Oh, they made all kind of jokes when I went after them. They made jokes and everything that, well, you're talking now, but it's not free speech. Free speech is when you're able to say what you want to for 3 minutes. That's free speech. And they know it. But they try covering it up and all this kind of stuff. So, because they know it's wrong. And this here shows where it started November 21st. And so, anyway, this is what I call the communist schedule. It comes up again. It's got 2 every year. It's got to come up on the agenda. Now, if they can get people dummied down enough, they'll probably eventually put it on the ballot. I guess that's what they have to do to make it permanent and put it on the charter or something. They have to probably do that because if they could put it permanent now, they'd do it. They wouldn't have to go through this every year. So apparently, and I don't think they feel comfortable enough yet to put it on the ballot because people may say no and not vote for it. But here, no one cares. They're not paying attention, and it's doing the same thing as if it was on the ballot saying no. So we need people to wake up, understand it. You're getting screwed. We're all getting screwed by these people down there. But anyway, so, well, and another thing, I did talk to, I'm going to be going after the police chief, but everything right now is going to be focused between now and October is on this new schedule. Also, after that, then I'm going to open the door going after the police chief. And also, well, they're going to be redoing my car with something like, Fort Worth Police Chief, FW Police Chief, Eddie Garcia, Coward. Big letters on there, and run around the city with that. And the one I got on with the mayor two-face, that's been great. It'll take a lot of picture. It gets the word out. It's been on there for almost a year. You only call her a lie. Everybody knows she's a two-faced liar, so you only say it so long. So anyway, we might be changing it to Eddie. Well, I might be changing it to. But my thing is, I stay focused after the mayor. I don't go after the whole group. I go after the mayor. I like sing her out, making her solo, and taking that down. If we ever get a mayor, that's where it starts at. A mayor. Once we get a mayor, then we can see about changing the charter. We can see about putting people back and getting answers done. And that'd be nice instead of, because the repercussions coming down the road from these actions, I don't know. There may be stuff coming down the road we don't know about yet, but it's not right. So, all right. Well, we'll see what we put together for tomorrow. And I think that's been almost 30 minutes. Pretty close to it. So we'll let Maddie say goodbye for us, okay?
There's going to be a mayor, I'll tell you. That's Maddie Parker right there.
Enough.
But you can't take
Don't follow me out. You're done. I don't want you in my face.
No, ma'am.
I want you to be done.
No, ma'am. I'm not
You're
done. I'm not done, ma'am. I am not done. I'm a citizen and I'm not done. This is a public building. You do not own it. You do not own it.
You don't have
You do not own it,
I'm
ma'am.
done.
You do not own it. This is a public building.